On this bumpy 50-point inspection from Battery Steele Brewing out of Portland, Maine, I have FLUME, which is a double IPA coming in at 8% on Battery Steele's website, and I'm super glad that I did go on their website. It says FLUME is our flagship double IPA, a blend of traditional English malts combined with loads of wheat and oats to give this double IPA soft, clean malt profile. We hop this beer intensely with Citra and Mosaic hops, so we got the Citra and Mosaic hops going in this one, and it says that it's imparting huge notes of tropical fruit, citrus, and pine. We'll see what my palate can pick up on this one. The reason why I'm glad that I went on this website is because on this can, because I know nothing about this brewery, it says drink fresh, brewed by Battery Steele Brewing, Clifton Park, New York. So I started thinking that this was a New York brewery, and then on their website they are from Portland, Maine. So I'm not sure if this is contract brewed or if they have expanded and now operate another brewery in New York. I don't know, haven't figured that one out completely. But let me go ahead and read about them anyways, if I can find them. The about. Alright, this says, from its inception in an old barn in South Portland to its realization at Industrial Way, Battery Steele Brewing has been fueled by a dedication of continuing the craft beer legacy of Portland, Maine. The brewery was founded by Jacob Condon and Shane Noble, who together share a collective 25 years in the brewing industry. They strive to offer a wide variety of styles, frequently rotating through new ideas, variations, ingredients, and concepts to not only offer the community something new, but also to continue to challenge themselves as brewers. Alright, let's see if I can close this out here. Good, golden. This can was canned on December 23rd, so it's about 3 weeks old at the time of this inspection. I was able to obtain this can through special means. Let's go ahead and open it. Okay, so the head on this, it's a little bit of a rocky white head. The color of the beer itself is a deeper gold, kind of a burnt orange coloration almost. It is murky hazy. And let's try to get some aromas here. I get kind of like a tangerine note. It's a softer citrus. Tangerine, a little bit papaya-esque, with a little bit of that zesty spice on the tail end. Out of the malts, it does smell a little bit on the wheat or oat side, maybe a little bit cracker-esque. Alright, well, let's go ahead and dive in for some flavors now. So first swig, cheers. Well, it's a medium body, medium carbonation. Doesn't seem that smooth on the palate though. No real soft fuzziness to it. It's citrusy. It's kind of a touch of tangerine, but it actually on the flavors with the bitterness level is bringing this more into like an orange or a grapefruit rind type flavor note right up front. Tail end there is that kind of pininess. Bitterness is up there. Out of the malt, it's kind of just a little bit of like a wheat, maybe a little bit cracker-esque, but the bitterness on this with that. It's a severe citrus rind and piney bitterness. This one does kind of start to get into that harsher level of bittering. Definitely let you know it's an IPA. This is like a this is like on the bittering level of what you would find out of like a West Coast IPA. Some of even the flavor notes are kind of Westy like, but I mean, it's definitely got that hazy murk factor going. There's not enough malt sweetness in this to cut into any of that bitterness either. It's if you're drinking this one, you are just in it for some bittering. There is not a whole heck of a lot going on as far as malt flavors. This one is bitter from beginning to finish. The bitterness climbs towards the end as well. So, all right, it's time to give it a score. Alright, to add into that flavor, we can throw in a bit of a grainy touch as well with that nice, strong bittering finish. The appearance, I'll give it the 6 out of 6. I went into this one thinking it was going to be a New England style IPA. The flavors pretty much dictate otherwise, but still, I'll give it the 6 for 6 out of the appearance. The aromatics, not much malt profile to speak of. The hops are coming off fairly decent. The aromas totally present this beer differently than what the flavors are going to give you. I thought this was going to be a softer, less bitter as well. It smelled like it was just going to have some nice like tangerine and softer type notes coming out of it. 8 out of 10 for the aromatics. On the flavors, this one is definitely off balance. This is, like I said, more or less like a West Coast IPA, but without that malt backbone really to back it up. So it's just a bitter drinker. So not much malt to speak of, really. Like I said, just a little bit of maybe a wheat cracker-esque type note, grainy finish, a little bit. Nothing that's really going to add to sweetness to counterbalance the amount of bitterness out of this. The hops are just not giving off a whole lot of different flavors on my palate. It's just strictly, more or less, bittering beer with what I've already said about what I was picking out of it. So balance a bit off. Like I said, carbonation okay. The aftertaste, it's a harsh bitterness. It's just a bitter beer throughout. I'm at a 10 out of 19 for the flavors. On the body, bit disappointed that this was not a soft mouthfeel at all. Medium body works fine, but I'm going to incorporate the mouthfeel as well with the body. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And for my overall on this one, I like West Coast IPAs, but I like some malt sweetness with that bitterness. I like a little bit more balance than just straight up almost sucking on hop pellets or whatever. I'm at a 5 out of 10. So, for FLUME, from Battery Steele Brewing, it's going to get a BuMpY 34 out of 50, which is going to land this as a drinkable beer. If you're out there and you want to try this beer, maybe you're into super bitter, go for it. It's all on you. But yeah, if If you kind of like a sweeter or more balanced brew, heed my words. All right, cheers.